Hello and welcome to this final video. My name is Christopher Hole from christopherhole.com, and what I'm going to be talking about in this video are probably the two biggest recommendations that I could give you with regards to exercise for low back pain. So if you decide not to go to the website and you don't decide to look at the 5 best exercises for low back pain and you don't decide to download the 12-week How to Exercise for Low Back Pain program, these are the two biggest things or components or bits of advice I could give to you to apply just to everyday life. Number one, if you go to a gym, if you exercise at home, at the gym, wherever, but if you exercise, one of the exercises I recommend you eliminate from all training is the sit-ups. If we go back to the first video and we talk about how we need to train the core, in that we need to train all of these muscles together, and then we think about the sit-up exercise. The sit-up exercise is designed to work these muscles just down the front here, only these. This is in contradiction to working the core as it wants to be worked. We want to be training, like I said in the first video, all of these muscles of the core, of the front and the back of the core. We want to be working them holistically, together, synergistically, however you want to describe it, but we want all these muscles to be working together. So advice or tip number one is to remove sit-ups from any exercise program that you've been doing and that you are thinking of doing in the future. Advice number two. Now, advice number two is a little bit more, let's say, sort of everyday life. Now, this bit of advice is something, again, that gets taught a lot in manual handling, so people who work in warehouses and whatever else. But most people are told to lift with their knees. Now, again, what we want to do is we want to adapt that and change it slightly. We want to lift from our hips. So we want to lift from here. So we want to start utilizing what is the real sort of power generating muscles. They're the strong muscles of the body, the hips, the glutes, the bum muscles. We want these muscles to be working whilst we're lifting, because you could say they're a bit like the cushion that the lower back sits on, or they are the buffer that protects the lower back. So let's say the bigger and the stronger we can have these muscles, the more protection our lower back can have. If we work the legs and neglect the hips, they become inactive, making our lower back more vulnerable. So what we want to do is, tip number one is remove sit-ups from all exercise and all movement. Step two, or tip two, is to start lifting using the hips. Now that means the technique is somewhat the same. All we want to do is we just want to change our thought from lifting with our knees to squeezing our hips and pushing our hips forwards and up. Okay, so that brings me to the end of this little mini series of sort of my recommendations for exercise for low back pain. I hope it's been helpful. I hope you can apply it. I hope you go to the website, look at the 5 best exercises for low back pain, and I hope you go to the website and download the 12-week How to Exercise for Low Back Pain program. I know how invaluable it is. I know the exercises in there are the best exercises, and I know how it's laid out is the best way for you to exercise if you are experiencing low back pain. Okay, well, many thanks for watching, many thanks for listening. My name is Christopher Hole from christopherhole.com. I will speak to you in another video.